is the CEO of the Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel. And so today we are going to be talking about a variety of different topics. We are going to be talking about Laura as a woman being our first CEO. Am I on mute?
You're live now.
Yeah. Yep. So was it? Oh, it didn't go. Now we're live. I just seen the message.
Yeah, I read it too.
Okay, so now we're live. Okay, so welcome everybody again. I'm LoVina Louie, and I am a Coeur d'Alene tribal member. And today I have the honor of having with me as a guest, Miss Laura Penny. She is the CEO of the Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel, and she is the very first woman CEO of our tribe, of our tribal enterprise. And so I'm just really excited to have Laura here. I've known her for over 20 years, as from the very beginning when we first opened our bingo hall and then expanded into the casino and then the hotel and then the golf course. And so she has worked her way up, getting her degrees, her bachelor's degree, her master's degree, and becoming our CEO. So Laura, would you like to introduce yourself to everybody in whichever way you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Toi Hindedakin. Good afternoon, everyone. Very pleased to be here. Love you, LoVina. It's so great to be here. And I'm sorry, you wanted me to just introduce myself? So I have been here at Coeur d'Alene Casino since inception, and that is 27 years. It'll be 28 in March of 2021. And so it's been amazing. It's been amazing to watch and to see all that where we started from and where we are today. And I was there that first day, actually was involved before we even opened our doors, and was involved with discussion as to whether or not we should even get into gaming as Coeur d'Alene tribal people. 27 years ago or so, no one hardly knew anything about gaming, and it was all about bingo. And that's where we started from. So I was involved with that, was fortunate to see and understand clearly as to why we got into gaming. And two main reasons. One is to provide for jobs, and two, to generate revenue for tribal social programs. And so we pursued gaming, and the tribe put together a committee. The committee went and looked at other tribes. At that time, the Cobbles, I think they had a bingo hall in Okanagan, Washington. And we checked out their bingo hall. At that time, there were a lot of charity bingo halls in Spokane. And so we went and visited those bingo halls. And then we heard about the Oneidas in Wisconsin. And we heard that they're doing some great things. So we went to Green Bay, Wisconsin. And I'll never forget that day. We got off the plane in Green Bay. And just like a mile from the airport, there's this beautiful resort. And they had what we have today, 28 years ago. And it was just amazing. They had the hotel, the casino. We toured their tribe and the reservation, and they had a wellness center. They had like an outlet mall, and they took care of their seniors. They had like a youth center. It was just amazing. So we came back home and we said, we're going to do this. And then so in 1991, we signed our gaming compact and opened our bingo hall in 1993. And here we are 2020 with this beautiful resort. So I could go on and on, so I'll let you.
Well, that's exciting, Laura, to been a part of it from the very beginning, and to have, been one of the very first employees, and to have stayed there this entire time. And I know our former CEOs, Dave Matheson was one, Dave Lazart, Frenchie Saijan, and now we have our first woman CEO. What was it like, Laura, to have been there all those years, to watch our casino grow from, the very small bingo hall, and then turn into this beautiful resort? And I mean, aren't we like one of the nation's top 10 for our golf course?
Oh yes, definitely. Circular Raven Golf Club is an amazing golf course. It's won many accolades, nationally renowned, actually internationally renowned. And it's just a time and time again, we're I think we opened in 2008. And ever since we opened, we've always received numerous accolades. And it's beautiful in that it's just, it spans a lot of acreage. There's no development. So it's kind of like a special experience. It's really something special. And as Coeur d'Alene tribal people in development of this casino resort, we always kind of want to do something special. And the name Circling Raven is special. And the experience of just getting out there and hitting that ball with no development other than just you and those tall pine trees. And we have eagles nesting on hole 17. And it's just a beautiful experience.
Well, and I've even seen so many people post pictures of the moose that
Oh, yeah.
go, they'll be out golfing and a moose and a baby moose will come onto the green, and it's just such it's just a beautiful golf course. And so, Laura, what motivated you? Like, what motivated you to want to get your marketing degree and, go on to get your master's degree? Like, what was your motivation?
Coming into when we opened our doors, and as I said, was involved directly as to whether or not we should get into gaming, I truly understood the importance of gaming and what it has done, the benefits. It enabled us to be self-sufficient and for us to take care of ourselves. And I was involved with that, and I saw that. And that first day when we opened with 96 employees, to see the anticipation as something great and that this is something special that we're doing. We're not asking for handouts. We were there taking care of ourselves. And to be directly involved with that has just been amazing. And I think that our ancestors did an amazing job of taking care of us, always looking out for the betterment of our people, taking care of our land, our waters. And they've done such an amazing job of taking care of us. And we're still here today as Coeur d'Alene tribal people. We've always been here and we always will be here. And so gaming has helped us to prove it, to be an effective tool in regaining our self-sufficiency. And I'm so proud of that. And I want to contribute, and I want to continue to carry on that legacy, continue to look out for our next generations to come. And through gaming and working together as a team, we're able to do that to help contribute towards that effort. So I try my best. I really believe in what we're doing. And I love working with great, smart people here. We have a great team, and for amazing contribution to the tribe, to our community. So I totally believe in what I'm doing. I'm totally invested in what we're doing here, and it's amazing. I'm very fortunate.
Mm. That's so awesome, Laura. And so with everything that's going on in our country today, how did you respond as the CEO of the Coeur d'Alene Casino? How did you respond to the pandemic, to COVID-19? Like how has that impacted the casino and resort?
So I am a year into my CEO position, and this is my dream job. I've always wanted to be CEO. As I said, I've worked here since day one and was involved in marketing, in public relations, culture tourism, and I got to see all the great things that we've done, and was very excited when I got the position in October last year, and really wanted to implement some fun, creative things and work with our team. And so really jumped in, and we start just jumping right in there and doing great things. And then boom, March came and the pandemic hit us. And I was just so distraught. It was very scary, very uncertain as to what this is all about. But we looked at the numbers. I watched the news and heard about all these, metropolitan areas where there were deaths and cases were rising. And so a week before Governor closed down our state of Idaho, we decided to close the casino because we thought it was, we need to be safe, always be safe. And that was a very difficult decision. As CEO, my job is to generate dollars to sustain the tribe and the casino and towards the community, to give back towards the community. So it was a very difficult decision to shut the doors, because if we shut the doors, we're not making money. And so immediately when we shut the doors, we started planning how to open. And I had to make some very difficult decisions. But fortunately, as I said, I have a great team. And then also communicated with our tribal council, met with them daily. And as leaders, the tribal council decided that we should put together a task force. And so we put together a task force comprised of the casino CEO, casino CFO, the tribal council, and marine and health officials, and some executives from the school district, from our tribal school. And we sat down and we looked at the local data, Panhandle Health District in North Idaho. We looked at Spokane Health District and our own reservation numbers. And they were much lower than the nationwide numbers. And so we figured we can do this, but we have to be safe. So we sat down and planned out how to go about establishing these protocols. And it was truly a collaborative effort, and always in mind, we always kept in mind our highest priority would be safety. Safety for our customers, safety for our tribal members, and safety for our community.
That, yeah, and it has shown that by taking those precautions and having people's temperatures taken at the front door, just everybody in the casino hotel wearing masks, and even if you stay in the hotel, they don't if you stay more than one day, they take precautions in the hotel so that the maids don't come into your room. They'll bring you what you need. I just feel like you guys have done an incredible job in ensuring the safety and well-being of all of the patrons that come into our doors. And one of our main sayings, from my sister Debbie, working there all the time, for years with you, is welcome home. And you really feel that when you come to the Coeur d'Alene Casino, is that welcome home. And I think, just being a leader in Indian country, and being, both of us are children of tribal leaders, and so one thing I wanted to talk to you a little bit about is we have one of our very own, Paulette Jordan, who is in running for Congress right now. And so what is your experience working with Paulette Jordan?
I have my beautiful prop here. This is her poster. And Paulette's an amazing woman. She's a great example of preservation, resiliency, and that's indicative of Native people, and that we are resilient people. And preservation, as far as who we are, what we're about, is so important. And she doesn't only speak for Native people, Native women, but also for for all women and for all constituents of this nation, and that she advocates for something right and what's right, and she fights for those freedoms of being able to exercise our right as constituents of this great state of Idaho. And she's just so ambitious, and she never gives up. She always keeps, moving forward. And she is just relentless in her journey. And her journey is just to do what's right and to represent everyone. And she does an amazing job of that. Her work ethic is just something to really, I'm just really impressed with all the hard work she has put towards her endeavors. She was an Idaho House she was a representative of the state of Idaho, as well as nominated for governor, and now she's running for Senate. Mm-hmm. And so she's just, amazing lady, and she fights for what is right.
Yes, she sure does. And some of my greatest memories of Paulette is going root digging. Like, her and I and Twyla went root digging, and she's just, she's one of even though she's a woman, she's very tall, and she would go out at noon ball and play against the guys. Yeah. And that's the Paulette that I know. And that's that Paulette was just, she's very competitive, and that competitive drive you can see as she continues to pave a way for young women, for indigenous people, for women of color, for just women in general. And she really does have a desire to make change. And I hope if there's any Idahoans watching us today that if you haven't voted yet, get out there and vote. Your vote is important. Your vote counts. Our people, we didn't have the right to vote for a long time. And so, this is our right to vote. I mailed my ballot in already. I already checked my box for Paulette. And so, so has Laura. And I just really hope and pray that she can get in and she can be that voice for all people of Idaho. And we really need to have that change. And I just I really hope that a lot of our young people will get out and vote in this election. So
I totally agree. It wasn't till 1920 that women were able to vote. And as Native Americans, that wasn't until 1924. That's just amazing. It's really sad, actually. So it's so important that we get out there and exercise our right to vote and do what's right. And we do, if you want to make changes, it's your voice. This is your voice, and it's your right to get out there. So please, get out there and vote. I did do the mail-in ballot, and but tomorrow, if you have to, get out there and go place your vote. So important.
Yeah, and we are getting down to the last minute, the last hours. We can count the hours before the election will be over. And once it's over, you've lost that chance to have a voice in our country. And so I just really encourage you to get out there and like I've watched the news and seen people stand in line for hours and hours to vote. And that's what we need in this country. We need our people to come together and have a voice. And I just I love to see that that many people are voting, and we have record numbers across the nation who have already voted. They didn't even wait until election day. A lot of people did their mail-in votes, and so that's awesome, and it's good to see that. And so I'm just we're just sending lots of prayers and love out there. And so I wanted to just go in to talk a little bit, Laura, about as a young leader in Indian country, what do you see as the changes that need to be made? Do you see that we need to make changes in Indian country for our leadership and just to, and even for not only just our leadership, but for our country as
Oh,
well?
definitely. I think that it's so important to have a strong value system. And I've always tried to make decisions in regards to what I truly believe in and what our value system is. And that is as a person, as a business. And we need to have that as a country as well. And I think that we've deviated from that understanding and that basis of how to make good decisions and how to make the right decision for all. And that is, there's always a cause and effect. But if you have a good understanding of what your value system is, then you're able to make better choices. And I think that we deviated from that, and that we as Native people, we've done a good job as trying to balance is so important, to balance yourself, to have a good balance within your business, a balance of where you live and where you're from. And as tribal people, we've always tried to maintain that balance with our waters, with our animals, with our air, with our peoples and our community. And I think we need to get that back. We need to be and take care of each other. So I think that's so important that that we go back to that value system and appreciate them.
Yeah, and those are really good points, Laura, to be able to have those values come back. And and I know, that's one of the things that, Quana works on, is to be able to give people who come to our casino an experience of, going out to see buffalo, and going out, I'm not like on the lake, and to just try to help people reconnect, because I think a lot of people out there think that, a casino is a casino, but I feel like as Native people, as tribes, we offer something more as tribes, because we have a connection to the earth, and we have a connection to this land, and that, so when you come into our casinos and you feel that sense, you like, especially like even at our casino, when you come in and there's a storytelling lodge, so we try to infuse our culture into our casinos the best that we can. And that's what I really love about our tribes, is that we're all, doing the best we can to bring back a lot of our culture and our language. And we have casinos on our reservations because we're sovereign nations, but we also utilize a lot of the funding from those casinos to have wellness centers, and to have social service programs. We donate money to schools, and we help education systems, so we bring in money, but we also give out money. And that's one of the things I love the most, I think, about our tribe, is that, because our, like for example, our youth programs, that's where I've spent majority of my life on our reservation, is working in youth programs. And our youth programs, we serve everybody. Like, when we offer a program like Boys and Girls Club, our Rock in the Res, our football, basketball, like, everybody in our community, irregardless of what color they are, they can be a part of our programs, and it's not going to cost them, $300 like it does in Spokane or Coeur d'Alene or in the city. Like, our tribe does an incredible job taking care of our youth, and that's something that I'm really proud of as a tribal member. And I think anywhere you go in any community and on any reservation, that our young people, they need programs, they need prevention, they need to have those programs in place. And that's something that we can say is a benefit of our casino. And that's what you guys over at the casino you guys have just done an incredible job in giving back. And is there anything you want to talk about what we do as a tribe, as a nation? Because a lot of people who watch, they come from different tribes, and they come from, not everybody watching is Native, so we do as have casinos, but we also give back. So can you talk a little bit about that, Laura?
Sure, I'd be happy to. It's just a lot of people associate, I said this before, in regards to associate the casinos with the tribe. And we're a tribe with the casino. And that we do a lot of advertising on TV for our casino. So $30,000 giveaway, and it's all commercial. People see that, and they associate casinos with just commercialism, and that we're here for the mighty dollar. And that is true. We're there to make money, but it's so much more than that in regards to what gaming represents for Native people, and that this is our buffalo. And this is what right now, this is an effective tool for us to take care of ourselves. And as I said, understanding that value system is that we are here to provide for our tribe. And also we're good neighbors, and we're good community members, and we give back. And that has been a value system that we've had since day one. As I said, I was involved directly as to when we got into gaming, and then we signed that gaming compact in 1991. And I was at the table when a Coeur d'Alene tribal leader spoke up and said, we want to put in our compact that we're going to give 5% of our net profit to go towards education. And the state representatives, they were in awe, and they couldn't believe that we wanted to actually put it in writing. And he said, this is what our value system is that we give back. And without even understanding or knowing clearly what that meant, they made that commitment. And we followed through with that commitment. Today, we've given over $33 million towards education. So I'm very proud of the fact that, one, we followed through with our commitment, but then we've maintained this value system since day one. And that's really speaks well of our tribal leaders. As I said, as we want to incorporate and let our tribe, our culture into our resort, but do it in a subtle way. And so we wanted to show others that they're on a tribal enterprise and that the tribe is represented here, but we wanted to do it in a subtle way. We started with what we call traditional tribal hospitality. And that means just to be friendly and to take this as our home. So when you walk through our doors, you're greeted with a friendly smile, and we offer you a place to eat, a place to sleep, and this is your place and you feel comfortable. We've extended that to what we say, welcome home. And people always say that our casino resort is comfortable, that we're fun, we're inviting, and this is our home, and it's your home. And we want you to bring your friends and family back too as well. We also started our cultural tourism program, and we're about 4 years into this program. We have a beautiful story to tell as Coeur d'Alene tribal people. We have history, we have our arts, we're surrounded by beautiful land. This is truly God's country, and love your backdrop, LoVina. That's one of my old hiking spots there, and that's our homelands. And we are able to share that. Why not tell our story? Who better to tell our story than as Coeur d'Alene tribal people and Coeur d'Alene tribal members? So we started this beautiful program to where we're sharing and inviting others to see our beautiful lands, to hear our history, and also participate in activities such as making moccasins, necklaces, and some basket weaving. And there is a fine line, and we really had to work through that. We're very careful that we're cognizant of the fact that this is our culture, but we need to be, we need to do it right and do it the right way. So we have Coeur d'Alene tribal members that are in our program, Juana Matheson, Leanne Campbell, and we've had other tribal members participate, such as Podge Matheson, Dave Matheson. And it's just been, so we have Coeur d'Alene tribal members that are directly involved with the program, and it's done very well. We communicate and educate others of our story, and we do this locally, regionally, internationally as well. We've had groups come in, local groups, we've had regional groups, even some international groups come in and participate in some of our cultural programs. And I think it behooves us to share our story, to educate and communicate with people that we are here as Coeur d'Alene tribal people. We have a history, we tell our story, and then we're also rich and fruitful as far as our value system, and that we care and value for our community, for our tribe, for our waters, and for our animals. And that's something beautiful to share.
Yes, and that is very amazing, Laura, what everything that we have to offer. And I think part of, just being a young well, I always keep saying young, and I know I just see us as young.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But one of the things like I wanted to ask you too, just is if if you could look at your younger self, or even like to say look at your daughter, at Jade and Camille, and thinking of, what would you tell them, if you wanted them to be successful in life, what advice would you give them?
One, believe in yourself. And also, here I go back to the value system. Understand your value system. What do you truly believe in? What is your purpose and where do you want to go? And and you need support, you need good support. So you need to surround yourself with good people and people who motivate you, people who make you feel good. And I think that's so important, just to really believe in yourself and know that you can do it and don't give up. And my grandmother told me, she said, life has its ups and downs, and you can't take the bad too bad or the good too good. And I truly believe that. And but if you just hang on through the bad parts, it will be good. But then also appreciate the good, because you'll face some bad times too as well. And that's how we are as Native people. It's been represented as a pendulum, in that, as Native people, there are times to where we do really well, and then we get knocked down, we get beaten, and but we pick ourselves back up time and time again. We're resilient people, and we just always move forward. And I think that's so important to embrace that, to truly understand who you are, surround yourself with good people, and keep moving forward and be positive.
Yeah, and I really see that as well. And I know that throughout the last probably 5 years, I've really seen so much growth in your daughter Jade, and in her ability to know the traditional foods and to learn how to pit cook, which is a tradition that many of our tribes, we don't really know how to do that anymore. And but I've watched Jade learn how to do that, and I've watched our tribe bring back canoes and go back to the water and go back to who we are, and who creator intended us to be. And so it's very beautiful to see such growth in our young people. And I'm just I really encourage all of the young people that are out there to just never give up. And that's something that it took me 21 years to get my degree. Like I loved my job, I loved working with kids, but I knew that I needed to have that degree. And it's so important to have that. And sometimes we feel like we might lose a part of ourselves, or I don't know what the reasons are why sometimes we stop and we don't finish our go keep going forward. But as we were going through our, or at least as I was going through my educational journey, I know you and Debbie were on the graduated at the same time with you with your master's and her with her bachelor's. And that inspired me. Like, you may have not known that, but just I was sitting in the audience when you and Debbie, and there was more tribal women on that stage with
Yeah.
you. um who was the other one? There was another one up there, maybe another couple up there.
Was it Tina Jordan? I think she got her bachelor's at the time.
Yeah, yeah, it
She
might have
later
been.
went on to get her master's too. So
Yes, yes.
yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, but I just, like, I was sitting in the audience as you guys graduated, and I just thought, if they can do it, I can do
Mhm.
it.
Yeah,
Like,
there you
I
go.
have to try. I have to, yeah, maybe I have 5 kids, but that shouldn't stop me. That should
Mhm.
motivate me,
Right.
to go on and to get my degree. And that's what it was a lot of just sitting back and watching. Like, we have such strong women,
Mhm.
like Paulette Jordan, and like, I mean, we have so many women who across the nation who are just breaking the glass and being successful in all walks of life. I mean, I know there's being doctors and lawyers, and like, you just see all these successful women, and it's so awesome to see. And I think there's certain things, like our relationships, our just different things that stop us, or get in our way.
Mhm.
But it's just that, how do you power through those blocks, Laura? What did you do?
Persevered and always just try to stay focused, um, not take things personal, and just try to do the best I can in whatever position I'm in. And like I said, just ride through those storms and hang on during those bad times, because there'll be some good times. Um, but always just moving ahead. You may sometimes I have a bad day, and then I'll allow myself to have a bad day. Sometimes I just shut down, and that's okay for today. Like, say if I'm having a bad day, okay, I'm gonna just shut down today, and that's gonna be okay. But tomorrow, I'm going to pick myself back up and keep moving forward. I'm not going to let it go on and on. I need to pick myself back up.
Yeah.
So that has helped me as far as move ahead. Faith, I have great faith in our Creator. Um, I pray, and and exercise. I
So,
I need those endorphins, and to be around fun people and positive people is
yeah.
so important. You mentioned something about my daughter, Jade. She went to school in Coeur d'Alene, and she experienced some prejudice and some uncertainty as far as who she is and what she's about. So she really did dig deep, and what she found was her culture, and that this is something that she could embrace and be proud of. She was in a classroom, and the teacher was speaking about the Coeur d'Alene tribe as if they didn't exist. And then she raised her hand and she said, "Excuse me, I'm right here. I represent the Coeur d'Alene tribe, and we're alive." And so that kind of just honed in as to she really wanted to learn more about her culture, her identity as a Coeur d'Alene tribal member. Really took initiative to learn some of her culture. You mentioned the pit bake and her language, because that was a good place for her to go and just to remember how strong her people are, and that she's a proud Coeur d'Alene tribal member, and she belongs to the tribe. She represents the tribe, and so she really honed in on that. And she was so proud to be named Miss Coeur d'Alene, and she wears that crown with pride, and she understands that she represents the tribe in a good way, good manner. And the tribe is known as far as taking care of our people, of our community. And we were the first to open here at the casino. We have a beautiful health facility. You mentioned the wellness center, and we have it open for everyone in that we try to do things right for the right reasons. And I think that that's what she's really embraced, the fact that she is a part of this tribe, the Coeur d'Alene tribe, and she know that she represents the tribe. And that was a good place for her to go. And she's very proud, and she knows that she needs to, um, always she's seen as a representative of the tribe.
Yeah, and that's amazing. So one thing I wanted you to talk a little bit about is, so the picture that I have is actually your picture. And one of the things that I know you do for self-care is you go hiking. So do you want to talk a little bit about how how that's helped you during this pandemic?
Yes, fortunately, I've been on quite a few hikes. I'm not always able to get out there and hike with the job I have, but during this pandemic, it's just something I had to do, was to get out there, get out, and it's safe. You're outside, and we're surrounded by beauty. We have a beautiful lake, mountains, and beautiful hiking trails. So it's just so it's good medicine, and to get out there and to hike. And I have good friends that we all get out there and we do some hiking together, a few of us, and just so beautiful, so relaxing, calming to listen to the stream running, and just to hear the birds and the beautiful lake, and it's so majestic. It's been, as I said, good medicine for us just to get out there and to walk amongst the lands that our ancestors walked on, and the beautiful cedar. It just really it feel good. When you're having a bad day, or you just kind of want to reconnect, to get out there and hike. It's been a real privilege to be able to get out there and do the hiking that I've done this year. Hiked out to Crystal Lake, and this is on Rhesus Baldy Mountain, I believe. That was beautiful, and just to see the view and get the heartbeat going there, and it's healthy, and those endorphins kick in, and it's just beautiful. And this is our homelands, and just to see all of that, and it's just been really good medicine for me, especially during these troubling times.
Yes, and definitely, like I look at your pictures, and I've been on a couple hikes too, that just it's just like when you stand on top of that mountain and you think, you know for time immemorial, our people, we were one with this land.
Mhm.
Anywhere any of our people go, or anybody from any tribe, you know, when they step out into the beauty of that country, they know that their ancestors walked on this earth, that their ancestors were a part of this land, and you know that the spirits of our ancestors are always out there and are always with us.
Mhm.
And no matter where we go and no matter what we do, you know, they're standing behind us, they're guiding us. And you know, it's just, it's so beautiful to be able to connect back to Mother Earth, and to just feel the strength of her and her heartbeat. And you know, I mean, on all the times when we go out hiking, or you know, we even just go to the water, you know,
Mhm.
that's one of the things that, you know, for years in my life, that you know, that's what I always had to do, is go back to the water. And
Mhm.
you know, sometimes I would go to the water like 10 days in a row and jump in. Or you know, you we've sweat together, and I know you know, you have a sweat lodge at your house now. And so you know, like being able to, you know, go back into our mother's womb, and just reconnect with who we are, and feel the songs and feel the language of our ancestors. It's just so beautiful. And I think that, you know, that's something that I appreciate about what you're doing, Laura, for, you know, being a leader and being a woman, is that I see, when I see you, um, one of the things I think that really touched me, and it has a lot to do with our one of our good friends that we have, Cheryl Wexel. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
when she was the wellness center director, you know, and we would put on a basketball tournament, and we would be working, you know, 14-hour days at that basketball tournament, and Cheryl would be there with us, and she would sweep and mop the you know, the bleachers, and she was our director. You know, she would chaperone the dance with me and put a yardstick in between the kids, you know, if they got too close to each other. But one of the things that I seen with you becoming the CEO is that you were there with your employees, and you were there, you know, with wiping down machines, and making sure people were safe. And that's servant leadership. You know, servant leadership is what our country needs. You know, and I've even seen and read stories of you know, that same servant leadership, you know, with some of our candidates. But to me, a servant leader is one who is stands with their employees, and you know, is supports them through anything. And you know, I seen, like, one of your employees posted that, you know, Laura was here with us, and you know, it's 10 o'clock at night, and she's, you know, walking around checking on us and making sure we're okay. You know, and I also think that's part about just about also being a woman, you know, because we have an innate love for our children and our people. And it's just, it runs so deep, that love that we have. And so it made me feel so proud that, you know, like a lot of people, you know, they always say, oh, it just went to her head, and she just, you know, walks around like, you know. But you know, I just don't feel like you did that, Laura. And I just want you to know, I noticed, you know, just off of the post that people posted. And that to me is like the most amazing servant leadership. And I say, Limlem Shinchaspaus Talichast. You know,
Mm.
thank you from my heart for being that leader, and for, you know, for being such a good role model to our young women.
Oh, Lim Lam, thank you. That's so sweet. Um, I think it's so important to, we're a team. I'm part of the team, and it takes a team to run this operation. I don't know everything. I can't do this on my own, but I need to be out there with my team. We're there together, and we're working hard to provide a safe environment. There's long hours. This is very uncertain, and so I need to be there with the team to show them, solidarity, to be calm, to be safe, and to show them that I care. We're in this together. We're going to get through this together. So it is so important for our team to come together and to work towards providing a safe environment, and to have fun, and to run this business in a good way, in a good manner. So thank you. I really appreciate that.
So Laura, when you think of a leader, who do you think of?
That's a good question. Who do I think of? As far as just, I think it's important to understand what a leader represents. And a leader, when it comes down to it, has to make those difficult decisions. But a leader needs to work with their team and to allow for the team to work together and to allow people to do their job, to appreciate and acknowledge their expertise. I think that's so important. Just to understand what that means is really important to me. And we do have some great leaders. We have had some great leaders. Our tribal council, they represent our tribe and they speak for our tribe. And so I think that they really do care and they want to provide for our peoples. And our past leadership has been smart and has been strong. Our ancestors, as I said, we're still here on our same grounds that we've been here for centuries and we've always been here. And that's amazing. And I think that we really need to appreciate that and acknowledge that. That's good leadership, looking out for next generations to come, and that understand the responsibility that you have and understand the responsibility of taking care of yourself, taking care of your community and your tribe.
Yes. Well, I think you do an incredible job, Laura. And, I know that we're sending all of our best wishes to all of our candidates out there who are running. Tomorrow's a big day for our country. And again, we want to encourage you to vote, to use your voice and use, your right to vote. And it's so important for us as women, as Indigenous people, as just as human beings, to get out there and vote, irregardless of what color your skin is, irregardless, just get out there and vote. Tomorrow's the big day, and we want you to vote. So that's super important for everybody out there. And Laura, is there anything else you would like to share with everybody before we end our power hour today?
Oh, well, I want to give props to you and your amazing lady, amazing representation of our tribe and of Native women. You're always out there giving that positive message and you're so energetic. And so I really appreciate you and thank you. You're beautiful inside and out. Queen Khamit.
Thank you, Laura. All right. Well, everybody, this will end our power hour. We want to thank you for joining us today. During this pandemic, we have over 190 power hours. So we have been doing the best we can at the Native Wellness Institute to bring wellness and happiness and healing into your homes. So from our language, Limlem Shinchaspaus Talichast, thank you from our hearts for joining us today. Aho.
Take care.
Thanks, Laura.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.